That's a great reaction time. He's going to try and take that lane off. Segi TV, Chickanassi Racing immediately gets in. Door to door with X44. Maybe a tiny bit of contact. X44 take it. I wonder if they split their route there again. Christina Gutierrez is off. She's into the trees. Where's Hansen? Hansen looks to have gone down the right-hand side. We can't see anything here from the dust. Segi TV, Chickanassi Racing are down that central line. There is the X44. They're in the championship fight. Gutierrez trying to reverse it out of the undergrowth. It's an absolute disaster off the start. Sorry to interrupt. I think Andretti United are stopped on course. So I think they've stopped on course. They're showing they are. So they've stopped on course as well. So as it stands, Andretti United would go through because they've gone further than X44, but I can guarantee you that's going to the steward.
So you can see Segi TV in the middle lane. First contact there. X44 get the push, then there's a contact there. Unfortunate bump. This is a great angle to look at, and you can just see poor old Christina Gutierrez ends up stranded in the middle of a tree, and it's fascinating watching all the different angles, because I don't know if you agree with me at home, if you're changing your opinion as you're watching it, getting a little bit more information from the different shots, but my word, it was a rough ride.
So the right rear wheel on the X44 car is broken. And Jenny, I think, you remember what we said about Christina looking like where she loses control of it completely. I think the rear right has broken. So the initial contact, I think, has broken the wheel, and then she's a passenger. Here it is, it's fine, it's broken. And she's fired off to the left. Do you see what I mean? So I think the initial contact broke the wheel.
This is Sarah Price handing over to Carla Duke. Now, this is useful information gathering for them. They don't need to go round at high speed. They can just go round and see what they want to do. And take it relatively easy, which is great for them. They needed some good luck, and they've got it.
Look how chilled they are. We are hearing that if Andretti United were DQ'd, the X44 might go through to the final, which is what we expected, Jenny. So it's not over yet, but obviously it's not the result they were hoping for.
No, certainly not. And look, I mean, we're just seeing the finish come through now. And Segi TV Chickanassi had nobody else to race. They won the competition because everybody else was out on the wayside. They've done exactly what they needed. They've had so much bad luck. Finally, things turn around for them. Leduc brings the car home. Sarah Price in command centre. Chip Ganassi looks on. It's a strange and muted celebration for obvious reasons, but they will be delighted. They're ready to go racing in the Island X Prix. And the green light goes. It's a nice clean start for Sainz. He goes off to the right, but on the other side, yes, you can see they're following each other down the left-hand lane, so no contact this time. RXR seem to be out in front, and then you've got App Cupra. Sainz seems to be bogged down to the right-hand side. There's a lot of dust, which is really difficult for the following car to see, so Ekstrom having a real battle to see what he can actually achieve, and by going out wide, Sainz seems to have done a really good job of avoiding all that dust, but it's RXR who lead the way, and Christopherson getting into the first merge point cleanly.
5 championship points, and at the minute it's their title rivals X44 who hold it.
Yeah, being out in front, Christopherson gives himself a bit of luxury, but look, Ekstrom using his hyperdrive right now. That gives you an extra 4-second power boost, so he's trying to claw back the gap, and I think he used it to overtake Sainz, and Sainz is slowing.
So Sainz has gone slowly at the back of the pack, so I don't know why, unless, he's holding on to steering's broken, so the steering is broken. Look at the angle he's having to hold it at. Carlos Sainz has a look of thunder on his face, he's not happy.
Doesn't need to. Obviously, Christopherson doesn't know what's happening. The radios, they do have a radio in there, but if I was somebody, I wouldn't tell Christopherson what's going on. I'd just let him go.
Christopherson's going for that. I think he's going to go for the Continental Traction Challenge here.
Not used hyperdrive yet, though.
Let's see if he does in this section. Is he on that wide line or not? They need those 5 championship points. He's on the slightly rough line. We're back with App Cupra and Ekstrom.
It's like a rough ride in that car for the App Cupra.
Look at the dust as well. Tricky vision, so he is out wide. Coming into that narrow gate now, have to get back onto the traditional line. What? There goes Johan. That is the cut line through there. He's definitely after those 5 championship points. He came in so hard into that first water splash. Jump in and out. Look through here. A little bit of a rhythm section. Got to get this right. Get on the gas on the exit now. So going to fire it up over the line, and we'll find out in just a moment whether or not that's going to be enough to steal the 5 points back. It would be really stealing the advantage back off X44, wouldn't it, after the disaster they've had in Semi-1.
Remind yourself not to start unplugging, not to loosen belts. Obviously, the switch, me and Sarah kind of have some audio contact back-to-back while we're going. Just patience, time, no rushing is necessary, and you know, you want to get in and out of there as fast as you can, but the team's giving us such good tools to be able to watch that time, to be able to get in and out fast.
We have also had an official decision come through. Andretti United have been penalised for that contact in semi-final number 1. Jenny, what have you got?
Okay, so the official steward's decision says the driver caused a collision with car number 44, forcing the car off the road. Having considered the matter extensively, the stewards determined that the driver is wholly responsible for the incident.
There we go. And what is there a penalty listed? Exactly what they say? Is it disqualification?
Decision, car number 23 will be classified in the last position of the semi-final one.
So Taylor taking the wheel from Christopherson at the midway point. Championship fight was towards X44 very much this weekend. They still lead that 5-point battle for the Continental Traction Challenge, but a win in semi-final 2 with no issues for RXR, and they're back on track to try and keep that title lead intact. Brilliant drive. Only one car goes through. Only the winner will make the final. The start is even more crucial, and we've seen the carnage in the other semi-finals. Great reaction time. JBXE going to try and squeeze Emma Gilmore across. Kevin Hansen gets the whole shot on that side of the grid. Gilmore changes the line immediately. Doesn't want to get caught in the dust. She's gone after Bennett. She had great speed, but Bennett was just there before her. She's had to back off and slot in. Now watching Kevin Hansen over on the left-hand side of the grid. Can Bennett and Gilmore carry enough speed through here to beat him to the merge? Oh, it's going to be really close. Ollie Bennett may well get there just before Kevin Hansen. Oh, Kevin comes through, and Bennett took a different line. It was a really bumpy line. He almost made it. Gilmore coming up with a bit more speed in the background. That nearly worked. Kevin's going to jump out now. The seat insert goes in for Arlen Kotlinski. 45 seconds the minimum time. Well, Kevin forgot to pull off his comms lead there.
This is high danger here. There are big ruts that have developed over this track, and if you get in one of those, it can launch you off to the side. So this isn't the moment to do it. But as they round to the left, I just wonder if he made it past that flag. I hope he did. This is going to be the outer... Oh no, what's happened? The steering's gone. It looks like the Excite Energy team are out of this. They've had a crash. So the Veloce are through now. What disaster for Excite Energy. But look at this. What can they do now? Sarazan, full beans. He's on the hunt for JBXE. Remember, one place. That's it. Only one car goes through to the final. Who can do this? Is it going to be JBXE? Is it going to be Veloce?
So they're halfway around the course, though. He's running out of time to do this. I'm gutted for Christine GZ. Sarazan's rolled! The Veloce machine's had a wheel off, it's on his roof. Game over for Veloce again. He had to risk it, but the car has been destroyed. They're parked at the side of the road. Drama in the crazy race. He's coming through the traction challenge section. Oh, he went, oh, look at that! It's one of the biggest accidents of the season. The rear left corner comes off immediately. The rear right broken as well. Wow. Well...
It just never stops.
No, 3 very dramatic races in for very different reasons.
And it's Arlen Kotlinski who crosses the line for JBXE. A dramatic race. It was crazy as they come, but look at the smile on her face. She is delighted. She's done the job. So we are off. Oh, it's a stall start for the App Cooper team. They're going nowhere. X44 out to the left. Is there going to be contact? Yes, a bit of contact there before JBXE and RXR. But if you just look through, Leduc and Price have gone, and they have gone fast. A very different line. They need to cut back to the left to go through the waypoint. But at the moment, it looks like it is X44 leading the way. They're going to get the join in. Oh, look at that sliding through, and it's the Segi TV team. They have got the lead of this. Leduc out there. We know he's a Ram Raider. JBXE have had a spin there. Arlen Kotlinski's going to have to get going, and it looks like Kleinschmidt's managed to get going for the App Cooper team as well. But Leduc out in front. 2 laps around here. They do a driver switch in between. These are the guys that started. There's a puncture, front left puncture. I think it's a slow puncture on the car for low.
I think you might be right, Jenny. They've had TQ 4 times, and it looks like again, 4 times, and it looks like they are potentially going to have an issue again. It is front left, so they're going to have to change that. Oh, Loeb now, is he struggling? I think he's broken the steering. Loeb's steering is broken. X44 are out in the championship fight. The damage is done. The tyre was off the rim, and then the impacts are just too big. I saw him going straight on in the water splash, and they are out of the final. 4 top qualifiers and 4 no results. I'm looking at how far up the road Kyle Leduc is. According to this, Taylor's 32 seconds back on the lead. If that's the case, that is an absolutely monstrous lead that Leduc has built up.
Right, switch zone. Okay, so we have 45 seconds minimum on the clock. Just having a look around the front. 1 mechanic is allowed in there to be that technician and make sure the car's okay. They'll switch over drivers. Oh, look at this race into the switch zone. That is as close as you can like it.
Sebastian obviously had to lift for me a little bit there, but we got there first. So we were on the spot, and He was close. I saw him there a couple times in the window, and
broken steering.
That's fun.
Broken
that's
steering.
what I look for. So that was amazing.
Segi TV, Chip Ganassi
Okay,
Racing.
thank you.
The steering is broken out in the course. Sarah Price has come to a halt while we were talking to Kyle Leduc. This is unbelievable. No.
Jackson Challenge
They've lost-
section as well.
Jenny, they've lost a door. Abt Cooper have lost the door. There's tape at the top. We suggest it was only held on slightly anyway. Let's see if we extra him through the water splash. He could be taking on litres here. Look at that. The door is completely gone from the side of the Abt Cooper machine. And X44 took the top qualifier. They're probably going to take those 5 bonus points, but they're not going to take the victory. RXR have done it when it counts. Christopherson and Taylor take their 3rd win of the year, and with it a commanding lead in this Extreme E Championship. Fist pump from Christopherson, job done in the hardest of conditions right at the end of the weekend, and a brilliant, brilliant performance by the whole team. Look what it means to them.
Results are in, the official results. So 5th place for X44, heartbreak for them, and 4th place for Chip Ganassi Racing as well. JBXC classified in 3rd. 2nd place is the Abt Cupra minus a door, and in 1st it is RXR Racing. Taylor and Christopherson winning this, another X-Prix under their belts, and another 25 points to lead the championship by 28. Out ahead, it's RXR on 129 points. It's 113 points for X44, and then Andretti United on 93. Just 1 point separate them from JBXE.
So the lead was down to 8 points. It's now at 16, and I'm assuming that includes the 5 points which Loeb will have won for the Continental Traction Challenge. So actually those points critical in keeping them anywhere near. But Jenny, looking at what's happened here today, this weekend, the ups and downs, RXR are not coming to the UK for the final X-Prix, the Jurassic X-Prix, thinking this is in the bag. They're coming here thinking we need a perfect weekend. They've had shockers themselves, and they will know it can happen to them too.